Hello, welcome to this new video. My name is Martina Vincenzi and I am the founder of the VIP Flight Attendant Academy Private Jet Coach. On today's video, I would like to highlight the relationship between crew and FBOs. So an FBO is an acronym that stands for Fixed Base Operator and is basically the on-ground service. Okay, it's like the ramp agent, the handling that welcomes the jet at arrival and support the crew in organizing all those on-ground services that we need to get done before the next flight, such as fuel, toilet service, water service for the jet, pushback from the stand, and de-icing, for example, and much more. So the FBO is a sort of an angel, okay? It's the person, is your best friend, is the person who can help you sort out whatever problem you have. However, I have noticed that there is maybe something that can be improved in the relationship between the FBOs and the flight attendants. And in order to do that, I thought it's actually much easier to tell to the FBOs what do we need, what do we need from you, why we like you so much, and what can you actually do to make our life easier. So first of all, acknowledge us, okay? Come speak to the flight attendant. She definitely has something to ask you. She definitely has something to tell you and or to know your opinion about. I mean, you are the expert of the area. Maybe it's the first time that I land in this place and I don't know about catering, I don't know about restaurants, I don't know about shops or whatever, and maybe there is something really important for me that I need to arrange before the next flight. So acknowledge the flight attendant. When you are done speaking with the pilots, please just drop a hi on board the cabin and come speak to us and see if we need something. Basically, what we need is fairly the same things, always the same things. We need you to have a fridge where we can place our catering or whatever items that we didn't use in the previous flight and that we would like to keep for the next flight. So normally we arrange our spare catering into cool boxes and we just ask you to keep them in a cool environment, such as a fridge. And then we need you to have a laundry, okay? It happened to me in my last rotation, for example. For some reasons, I ended up to fly in countries where it was bank holiday, weekends, and so on and so forth. And I ended up dragging this laundry bag that it was becoming bigger and bigger every day, clearly. Around the globe. So this is very annoying. I mean, this is a problem actually. It's more than annoying, it's a problem. Because it's not like on board the jet. I have laundry for 20 days. I have laundry for a very limited number of flights, or let's say even services. And what do I mean by laundry? I'm talking about tablecloth, I'm talking about napkins, I'm talking about microfiber cloth that I used to clean the jet. Or even bed sheets if the beds were needed, cashmere blankets, or the decorative cushions covers, or anything else that I actually want to get washed. That it's a sort of a house laundry, okay, sort of. So when sometimes I even add my uniform. Because if I don't have time to get the uniform washed in the hotel, the hotels are normally very slow with this service, and I always feel like if I hand over my uniform, I'm not sure when and if I'm gonna get it back, and then I'm in trouble. So I prefer to deliver my uniform together with the aircraft laundry, so I'm gonna get it washed properly and delivered just the following day. And yeah, sometimes when I'm in a rush, or when I know that I have like minimum rest, or I know I do not trust the hotel at all, this is something that I choose. So the thing is that sometimes actually quite often, the FBOs do not have like a laundry room in their offices, but they simply ask for support to an external laundry, which obviously just follow the normal timings, the normal working timings, Monday to Friday, I don't know, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. or something like that. When it comes to aviation, as you know, there are no weekends, there are no bank holidays, there are nothing like that. And if I have to rely on external services and their opening hours, that can be very much of a problem. So this is the problem that I have encountered last time, not having an internal laundry room and obviously also personnel, so a person who actually, you know, put the items into the washing machine and then put them into the dryer and then iron them. Not having such a service, not being able to provide such a service internal, this is actually a kind of a big problem. Sometimes, you know, I think I tried at least 3 times to drag the laundry bag with me to the hotel, and I've been answered exactly the same, because probably also hotels works the same way, so they actually go to an external service for laundry. Well, this can develop into a huge problem for flight attendants, because we need to get this done as soon as possible. And the fact that we have to rely to normal working hours of let's say normal people, that's actually a big limit, a huge limit for us. So this is one of the problems that I have encountered, not only recently, this is going on for forever, obviously, but I thought it would be useful to talk about that in a video. Another thing that I would like to clarify, so as you know, the problems are, the laundry, then also the water service and the toilet service. This is something that normally the flight attendant has somehow the control on it, okay? We have the tools to see what is the status of the tanks, and therefore, together with the cockpit crew, we decide when and if this needs to be done. Because again, we have the control of it. We know if the toilet has been used or not. We need, we know how full are the tanks of the clean water for, you know, hand washings or dishwashing and etc., etc. Another service that we need to be done by the FBO very often are the dishes. So sometimes I don't have the time to wash the dishes during the flight, or maybe I don't have the space, because at the end of the day, the galley of an airplane is not really like a kitchen. It's something where you prepare food, but it's not something where you can actually, you know, conduct a full spring cleaning or stuff like that. So it becomes a little bit of a problem to wash the dishes on board the jet. Because sometimes, again, you don't have the space or you don't have the time. So we hand over the dishes to be washed at the FBO. So they can actually wash them properly by using dishwashers. That is even more hygienic and faster, clearly. And so this is another service that normally we ask to the FBOs. Something that I wanted to clarify about our daily routine. Why it takes us so long for the crew to get out from the jet after landing? Well, we have quite a lot of post-flight duties to accomplish before we can actually leave the jet. So the pilots normally have some paperwork to go through. Normally one of them takes care of the paperwork, the captains in general, while the first officer is putting the aircraft to bed. So it's covering the engines or applying the pitot covers or whatever else we need to do to, let's say, again, put the aircraft to bed. While at the same time, I'm inside the jet, the flight attendant is inside the jet, and we are cleaning the cabin. Okay, so we are vacuuming the floor, cleaning the toilet, empty the waste bins, cleaning the fridge, cleaning the ovens, etc., etc. So we are responsible of the cabin, and this cabin is a private jet cabin. So it must be spotless. Sometimes it can take a huge amount of time to clean the jet. It depends on how many customers did we have, how long for, and what they did on board. Did they sleep? There were children? Did they play? So it really, did somebody felt sick? Has maybe somebody spilled some liquids, some beverages on the carpet, and things like that. So we have quite a lot to do, and you know, for the flight attendant, this moment is a very time pressure moment, because everybody wants to go to the hotel, everybody wants to leave finally the jet and you know, relax, have a meal, have a drink, you know, remove the uniform just to feel free, feel relaxed. So this is why it takes a long time for us to get ready before we are actually able to leave the jet. You know, in let's say in all the manuals, we normally say that when you leave the jet, you have to prepare the jet and leave it ready as the jet would take off in 5 minutes. So perfect. It's not like you are leaving the jet clean. You leave in the jet perfect, okay, ready to go. And yeah, again, as I say, this might take time. My request to the FBOs, please acknowledge the flight attendant, come on board, talk to us. We for sure have something to ask you regarding the services that you can provide for us in terms of fridge, so something that you can keep in the fridge for us, maybe flowers that you can keep also in the fridge so they actually last for longer. Maybe the dishes to wash and the laundry. This huge, massive problem, which is the laundry. I give you also a hint. If the jet is European, we normally have a lot of laundry. If the jet is from another registration, actually they might have a little bit less because the style is different. So for example, there are some jets, they do not even carry tablecloths, but they simply serve the meals onto table mats. So that's nothing that needs to be washed. But for normally European jets, we have quite a lot of laundry, yes. And it's great if you have the internal service within your company, in your offices, so that is run, you know, 7 days out of 7. That's amazing, because you can save us a lot of a headache and a lot of problem. Well, I hope that this video was helpful also for FBOs, and I decided to do this video because a few months ago actually, I had this very interesting meeting with some representative of an FBO in Italy, and we discussed about this. They simply asked me, what do you need? How can we offer you a better service? And thinking about that meeting, that's why I ended up doing this video, because I think it might be useful also for other FBOs to learn what do we need, what do we want from you. So we love you. You are absolutely a star. You are amazing. In the show of a private jet, you are one of the most important elements. However, there are some things that definitely can be improved, and yeah, and I just decided to do this video to let you know what can be improved from my point of view. I hope this was useful. Other flight attendants out there, please let me know in the comments, what do you think can be improved from the FBO point of view? I'm very interested to share and to learn about other things, other necessities from other flight attendants out there. And please subscribe to my channel so you're not gonna miss any of my next videos, and I send you baci baci.